Hey, good evening, everybody. Happy May the 4th, Mr. Hearn. How is everything back from down south and back to be up here in the north?
It's hard to believe. I haven't seen you in 4 weeks.
It has, yeah.
That was a quick 4 weeks.
Yes.
And we had a good time in Bristol. It was really interesting. I'm so glad that we got a chance to do it. And of course, the results are never what you hope for unless you're in victory lane. But we had a good time. We had a decent finish the second time around. Incredibly fast. Average speeds for the modifieds in like the 116 range. Yeah. Average speed. So it was pretty interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, probably not the best side by side racing because you're in the throttle so long
that quick,
and you're going that quick. But the place was amazing. It's so cool to see the dirt on it. Yeah. And it's now behind us.
Well, yeah, and I'm sure preparation is always something of a tricky situation because never been there, never really raced there before, and it's one of the few tracks in the country that you haven't raced before, and that's always kind of I would imagine be nerve-wracking.
Well, it's nerve-wracking, but it's also
exciting. Yeah.
I'm in the same boat as everybody else.
Yes.
No one had any experience there.
Yep.
So when we first went out on the track with everybody else out there, everyone was kind of exploring the same way that we were. So that was the cool part. It was definitely uncharted territory for everybody.
Yeah, yeah. And to have the sprint cars there with you folks too is, you obviously they carry a huge following, around the country. So it was good to have a good audience.
Well, it was a good audience. It was sold out. They were only allowed 10%, but 10% of 160,000
exactly.
people is a pretty good crowd. And
if you've never been there before, and I tell people this all the time, and before I went, I saw a cup race there when I was in high school. You could sit front row, the very first row on that whole on that racetrack,
and you're literally above the track,
clear across, and watch everything except what's right in front of you. And it's an absolute palace.
Yeah, Bristol's a very well designed place, and I think until you see it in person, you can't even imagine.
And you better bring your earplugs if you're gonna go.
It's loud, and
bring
loud.
your earplugs.
I can't imagine what that place would be like with 100,000 people in it.
No, my
much less 160,000.
Yeah,
but it was really cool.
Yeah, great to see.
I'm glad to be back.
Yes, and
we got our Saturday night in.
I was gonna say, we got our small block show in, and last week we had big blocks, Sportsman, and Street Stocks. So congrats to Matt Shepard, Joey B again on the win in the Sportsman, and Mr. Bob Slate Jr. in the Street Stocks. So
not exactly long shots in any of the divisions, right?
No, but they did have a little bit of. Joey did. He came from the back, right? 21st or 12th. Maybe my dyslexia is kicking in.
Yeah, should have been. He was in the handicap.
Yeah,
so he would have been somewhere in the middle.
Yeah, so he that was a good show. The whole
Shepard,
thing
I think he started 6th.
Yep.
Slate came from a few rows back.
Yeah.
So the racing was good. It was really good.
Yeah, great show.
And we introduced the Hard Charger Awards this year, so which is kind of cool. Everybody gets a little bit extra for their work.
Yeah.
Tommy Meyer in the Modifieds, Gary Edwards in Sportsman, and Walt Henry in the Street Stock were the recipients for those awards, which was kind of cool.
Yeah, and that's all, a tribute to, again, the track conditions being so good. Tricky to get a hold of. I'm not going to lie. On a personal note, I've been struggling. Just trying to find out what's going to work.
Right.
Chasing a guy that's going to be on here for in a little bit. But come out. It's great racing. Drive-in are open. Your drive-in is open. Grandstands are open. And this show, at least last Saturday, was very timely.
Yes.
Very timely.
It's been our goal to start the races at 7, start hot laps right on time at 6, start the races at 7, and try to be out of here by 10:30. Well, we beat that by a bunch this week.
Well, and this was one of the few, I think the first Saturday night, show that we had that didn't have a 45-minute red. And you can't plan around that. It just it happened.
Right.
But it goes to show you if everything kind of goes smoothly. We're gonna get out of here.
We're gonna get out of here, yeah. And it was kind of cool because, like you said, the lap was open for the
Oh
first time.
God, the lap was open.
So a lot of people got to go, got to hang out for a little while before
Yeah.
they hit the road, and now that was kind of nice to see. I mean, I just feel like every week we're getting closer and closer to being back to normal.
Yeah.
And that's really nice to see. But I mean, the biggest thing is really right now is we have a track that you can come from the back on, and the dust is well under control.
Yeah.
It's not an issue for anybody in the stands. It makes for the streaming product to be a lot better.
Yeah.
And it's just an overall good thing, and really that's, like we said before, that's where these shows start and finish.
Yes.
And if we can have those type of conditions, start on time, finish in a timely manner, it's
Yeah.
going to be a great summer.
Yeah, absolutely. And listen, you brought up the lap. I wasn't really going to bring it up, but so when I went up and sat down and just socialized, felt like normal, a little bit, and we saw a group, a couple of the people that I went in with, saw a group of people that we usually wouldn't see in the lap, and so we went over and asked them, like, where are you guys from? We had a group of about 20 men and women from West Point. So they're all West Point Army cadets, and decided that they were going to come over and hang out at the lap and enjoy the races. So good old beat Navy for them, and thanks for coming out.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Also, what we wanted to say, again, reflecting on last Saturday, was we want to extend our biggest thank yous and our most sincere thank yous to all of the individuals and businesses that stepped up to make the Joey Falanga Memorial Race so special. I think the number here is over $4,000 in bonus money.
Yeah.
For last Saturday to honor the memory of Joey.
Yeah,
and,
this thing kind of caught fire a little bit on Friday morning, because it's been on the schedule all year.
Yes.
And the Falanga family put an extra $1,000 on the winter show for the modified, and then next thing you know, I mean, we're getting these phone calls Thursday and Friday morning. People like, I want to put more money in the purse. I want to sponsor tomorrow night. I want to, I want to do something. And by the time it was all said and done, we had a ton of extra money.
Yeah.
For the drivers, and it was awesome. It was a great night. Everyone did a great job to show memory for Joey.
Yeah.
And the Falanga family had a good time, as we hope they would have a good time, as
Yeah.
good as they could anyway. But so I think in the end it all worked out really well.
Yeah, that's it. Kind of shows you the clientele and everybody.
Well, it just goes to
comes
show you how
together.
many people respect them
Exactly.
as a friend of
Yeah.
the Speedway and
Yeah.
as participants here, and it's kind of really cool to see.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Now, on a sad note, former owner of the modified number 265, I don't know if that would be the Plum Crazy car. Would that be?
I believe so.
I think
Yes.
that would be the Audrey Katzenstein passed away last night. She was partners with her husband John on the iconic 265,
Yep.
which I believe they call Plum Crazy, I think. And those drivers included Billy D, Larry Brolsma, and Chuck McKee. I think probably was the one that I remember the most. He won the point championships and Eastern States 200 for that team.
Yeah.
So it's sad. She was actually a good friend of mine, and she has been around the Speedway in the last couple of years. I haven't seen her probably in a few years, but may she rest in peace.
Yeah. But on another note, we do have racing coming up this week. Small blocks are back on the card, right? The 358 modifieds, Sportsman, and the rookies are all rolling into town. And everybody's making their the rookies are making their third appearance. The Sportsmen are here for, a great show again.
Mm-hmm.
I've kind of lost track of how many times they're here. I think they haven't missed a week, right?
They haven't missed a week.
Yeah, they haven't missed a week.
This will be their fifth week, I think.
Yep, and the small blocks will be here for the fourth time.
Yep, and so the points are starting to take shape a little bit.
Yep.
We know who the top runners are right now, and
Yep.
and who's got some ground to make up.
Yep.
That's been good.
Speaking of points, Matt Shepard, locked in the big block.
Correct.
Round of 8.
Correct.
Right? Is that what we're calling that? Round of 8? Or
it's the elimination series. We're gonna eliminate the rest of the field after the July 10th race to get down to the top 8, and then they have to race into the top 4.
Gotcha.
On the second to last night, and the last night they'll run for the championship.
I wanted to make sure that I was calling it the correct. That I was going along with the correct branding. That's all.
The elimination series.
Perfect.
So
that sounds super. That sounds like very engaging. Sounds like I want to be a part of it.
It's I think it's pretty interesting. I mean,
it is.
The way that's going to work is that now Tommy Meyer's locked in from his virtue of his win on opening night. Matt Shepard now locked into the top 8. He'll move on to the next segment. And if we don't have 8 different winners, which I don't even know if we have enough races to have 8 different winners, the next in line will be the top point getters. So they'll be the ones that will get into the top 8.
I have a feeling that we're going to have a few repeat winners. I think we'll have 2 races with the same winner.
Really?
I think so.
Okay.
I think so.
I'll hold you to that.
Perfect. We'll come up with a wager.
And on that note, and we were going to talk about this a little bit later in the segment, but our next Big Block show will be our first Thursday night race.
That's right.
On May 27th.
That's right.
And that will be an interesting format because it'll be twin 25s to qualify and then a 75 lap feature. So there'll only be 3 races, but it'll be very meaningful, and there'll be some money on the line for the qualifying races.
I was going to say, there's money on the line. Yeah.
So that'll be interesting, and we've got a lot of commitments from guys that aren't able to do all the Saturday nights to come back for the Thursday nights.
Yeah.
So I expect our fields to be really high quality fields, very deep fields for
the first and second
nights.
Modified rounds were big block rounds were no joke. They were
no joke.
They were
very, very deep.
They were deep
talented
field. Oh yeah. But yeah. Obviously nothing small on the card coming up here, especially Mr. Delgarian's. Oh wait, no, hold on, I lost my track. Our car show.
The car show.
Our car show is going to be the first car show that we're going to have this Friday night at 5 to 9.
Mm-hmm.
It is weather permitting.
Yeah, it's kind of a weather sensitive event.
Yes.
So we would say that just keep an eye on our website. We'll have a decision made by noon on what we want to do, which way we can go on that, and if it does happen to get postponed, it will be next Friday night, the 14th.
Yes. Yeah.
And so we're looking forward to getting that off the ground a little bit. We're kind of we got our wheels turning on a couple things. I mean, you could talk about the awards.
Yeah.
The car shows are going to run from 5 to 9 on Friday night, so it's pretty short and sweet.
Yeah.
Music, live band. It should be really cool.
It's going to be a great time.
Really cool time.
Yeah.
And I think the plan is down the road for these car shows is what they call like a burnout pit.
No way. Really?
Yeah, I'm telling you, they're going to build a burnout pit, which is going to be kind of crazy. That's in the talking stages right now.
The talking stages. I love the little breadcrumbs, the little tidbits that you like to leave.
Yeah, I know. You'd like to leave it out there, right? So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Matter of fact, I was asked if I would do the first burnout. I don't know who would give me their car, but I'll be glad.
In your truck?
I'll be glad.
Your truck's going to go.
My truck's not going to do it.
You can use my Ford Edge.
I need something with a little bit of
sitting
performance.
outside, buddy. There's 175,000 miles on that thing.
Yeah, exactly. I can't do that.
But I'll bring the logistical information.
Okay,
How about that?
Do that for me.
So if you are one of the people that are going to participate in our Friday night car show, you're gonna enter at gate 2, which is down here off Wisner Avenue.
Right, that's the gate that comes straight into the arena.
Straight into the arena.
That's where the cars, trucks, and motorcycles.
And anything that you want to bring.
Right.
Bring it on. It'll be great. Right. And so you'll enter over here at gate 2 over my right shoulder, and you'll go down. And is that where it's going to go?
There's going to be cars all around the lap. The lap will be the focal point.
Understood.
And the cars will be placed basically all around the 31st lap, which makes a lot of sense.
And spectator. See, this is where I got it.
And that's where the band. And that's where the band will be.
Spectators will be entering over at where the pit gate is.
Right.
Or
So
where the pit
you
entrance
come
is.
in at the top of the fairgrounds
Yep.
off Carpenter Avenue.
Yep.
Some people say it's behind the shop right, but
Yes.
off Carpenter Avenue at
Yep.
the top of the fairgrounds, and the spectators come in through gate 9.
Yes. And also, but the cool part is that we are going to have a door prize. So every participant is going to be a $15 entry fee, and there will be a $250 door prize. So it's not a judged event; it's a door prize.
Right.
So if you're the lucky one to
Right.
bring home $250 cash, then well, looks like you got some beer money for.
That's correct.
That's right.
That's correct.
So these are going to go through the first Friday of every month, hopefully now through October.
Yes.
And hopefully Mother Nature likes to go along with it, and it'll be good.
Yeah.
It'll be great.
Looking forward to that. It's gonna be
Yeah.
fun. And the band sounds pretty good too. So
That's
the
one
bands,
thing
I guess
that-
we have a lot of different bands, but
Yeah.
they look really good.
I really do miss live music.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Our next motocross event,
Mhm.
May 16th, includes practice on May 15th. That's the once a month big event on the motocross track. I see tons of kids out there with the trainer.
Oh, yeah.
They seem like they ride like almost every single night.
Which is great.
Which is great.
Awesome.
It's been very, very interesting to watch all those young guys learn how to ride on motocross track.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. So I jumped the gun a little bit before, just because I got nervous because of Mr. Delgarian. He said if I screw this one up, that I probably won't be allowed
This is
back.
Doug's baby.
This is Doug's baby. So June 12th, go on your phone, go over to the fridge, mark it on your calendar. June 12th, nostalgia night. All right, mark your calendars.
This is literally one of the biggest events
huge.
of the summer.
This is huge.
Yeah.
You are now invited to be a guest at the 13th, right? Excuse me, at
Right.
one of the, yeah, you're invited.
Right.
Yeah, you're invited to be the guest.
So, former drivers, retired drivers,
If you have a car.
if you have a car,
Yep.
an old nostalgic race car that we want to see them on display. People just love seeing that stuff, and
Yeah.
then the autograph sessions will blow your mind.
Yeah,
afterwards.
it's like 3 hours
Yeah.
long. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you would like to be a part of this, if you would like to be, a part of this absolutely massive event, and Mr. Delgarian's, like I said, baby, please email him at ddelgarian@ocfsracing.com. If you don't know how to spell Delgarian, don't ask me because I don't know how to. But go on the website. Actually, no, I do know how to spell it. DULGARIAN. Delgarian.
Delgarian.
There you go.
It's spelled just like it sounds.
That's-
You're a teacher, for God's sake.
Yeah. All right. So anyway.
So the other breaking news, right?
Yes.
Some of the news is starting to come out. We've hinted about this in the other shows. Some of the news is starting to come out about the concerts and the concerts that we've been able to talk about so far. We know there's a few more in the pipeline, but the first one will be a Blackberry Smoke concert. That's on June 27th, which is a Sunday.
Yep. It'll be our first one of the season.
It'll be our first one of the season. Blackberry Smoke with Tyler Bryant and Shakedown, Nick Perry and the Underground Thieves, and Sahara Moon. Those tickets are going on sale, Jake, or they are on sale on Ticketmaster?
They are.
They
on
are.
sale, yeah.
Those tickets are on sale on Ticketmaster already. So if you're interested in that, be aware. And then the other big breaking one.
I was gonna say it was like
This one seems to really have a lot of momentum.
Yes.
You could say it. You could say it.
No. You hyped it up. Go ahead.
Oh.
No, please.
Toby Keith.
Yeah.
That's going to be a big one for the summer. And that's August 1st. Those tickets go on sale next Friday.
This Friday.
This coming Friday. And again, they're on Ticketmaster.
Go to the car show.
Go to the car show. Buy your ticket.
Buy your
go to the car
ticket.
show.
Perfect.
Yeah.
It's
But
awesome.
the Toby Keith thing, according to what I hear, that it's getting a lot of reaction.
Yeah, it's a big
So
deal.
That's a big deal.
Big deal. August 1st, Toby Keith with Clay Walker. Yeah, it's going to be great. It's going to be absolutely... I feel like it's going to be actually probably a little bit bigger than what Tim McGraw was last year.
That's kind of what I hear.
I think it's going to be a little bit bigger. But I don't want to...
Hurt Tim's feelings.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, that's
Of course, yeah.
All right.
But July 4th weekend,
Yes.
Got some stuff going on.
So we're jumping around a little bit because we're going August 1st now. We're going to backtrack to July 4th weekend.
That's all right.
But July 4th weekend is one really to look forward to because we've got we start the weekend off again with one of our Thursday night races. That's our Twin 50 with the USAC cars coming to town again, which was really super popular last year. Then we move into Friday night and another concert. That's the Summerland Tour concert. And then Saturday, the town of Wallkill does the fireworks extravaganza, which is huge and very popular.
Yep.
And then we roll right into a rodeo.
Which includes, I'm so happy that you asked, Mr. Hearn.
Yes, can you give me the details?
The rodeo includes bareback riding, saddle bronc riding, steer wrestling, tie-down roping, team roping, barrel racing, breakaway roping, and bull riding. Ask me what any of those things is besides bull riding, and I can't tell you. But it all sounds super fun.
I was just going to ask you that.
If you knew what
any of that was.
Yeah, it sounds like I want to be there to watch. Because as a teacher, I feel like some of my students might be there, and everybody has a camera, and I don't need my physical injuries on the internet. No, that sounds super cool.
Yeah.
That sounds super fun.
I caught a little bit of it the first time they did it, and it's pretty interesting, even if you're not a big horse guy.
I feel like it's a different, much like the motocross is, at least to me, it's a different kind of fun. It's like it's all good stuff. It's just new. It's fun to learn about.
Yes,
so
definitely.
That's cool. But we do have new pit wall banners.
Some of the pit wall banners have begun to be applied to the pit wall. They look super good. They make the track look better.
Absolutely.
They get a lot of coverage on our stream, so they're not that expensive.
Nope.
And if anybody is interested in joining the pit wall, again, reach out to Doug and or Peter, and we'll get that going for you.
Yeah. So So, do you have anything else to add? I always like to ask because sometimes I feel like you want to leave a couple more breadcrumbs to kind of tease people.
We'll save some for the next show.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine.
Just a couple. But I do have a trivia question.
Oh, that's right. Yes, I'm glad you made a note of that because I didn't.
Well, thanks again.
There
Thanks to my producer.
That's right.
Or director, Doug, and.
So wait,
trivia.
hold on.
Okay.
The trivia question is going to be for what, Jake? I just want to make sure I get this right. The correct answer to the trivia question is going to get you.
All right. If I got to explain it, I'll explain
2 tickets.
2.
Yeah.
A pair of tickets for Blackberry Smoke, June 27th. To a random commenter who gets the correct answer. So you guys there's going to be more than one of you who gets the correct answer. We're going to select 2 correct answers at random. Each winner will get a pair of tickets.
Perfect. Thank you.
And we will announce it at the end of the show.
At the end of the show. And I just want to let everybody know, no one got this right. No one got it right.
In the office.
In the office. When Mr. Delgarian asked.
I think that's an unnecessary hint. Because I want people. So let's leave it there.
Fine.
So, all right, here's the question. Which modified driver has the most top 10 point finishes in the last 10 years here at the Speedway? So that's the modified division, the most top 10 point finishes in the last 10 years. And we'll go from there.
Yeah. So this guy that we're going to welcome on the show definitely knows his way around here. Definitely knows his way around the top shelf. I've been chasing.
What do they call him? The high side what?
Yeah, what are they?
Hustler?
High side hustler I've seen. I don't know who to help him up with that.
All right, well, you could have worse nicknames than that.
I was going to say, it was like, sounds like a pretty good one to me. Come on, Tyler Boniface.
Tyler Boniface. And you want to, because it's Mother's Day, he asked if he could bring his mom in.
Yeah.
So, Deb, come on. Come join us. We're going to ask some tough questions here. All right. We all in the picture? So Tyler is fresh off of a win, small block win a couple weeks ago. I said, how many wins was that now? Small block, you think?
Number 3, sure.
You lost count.
Yeah, right. I just.
You said 3 or 4. I'm not really sure.
I think 3 or 4. I don't know. I was leading one night and ran out of gas with a couple laps to go, and 3 or 4. I'm
Okay.
pretty sure it's 3 though.
All right, cool. So tell me, you've been around the racing scene, like your dad was for a long time, right?
Yeah.
So when did you decide that you thought you kind of liked the speedway thing, and how did you get? You ran Sportsman for quite a few years, right?
Yes.
A few years.
Yep. I actually started out racing 4-wheelers up at Accord, and I took a couple pretty good tumbles, and my mom wanted a roll cage around us. So
There you go. That's a good mom story right there, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
Whose mom doesn't want a good set of seatbelts and a roll cage? Right?
Exactly. So my dad actually he asked us if we might be interested in racing stock cars, and week following that we had a Lincoln Auto Body number 5 Troyer car. We got a roller from them, and put a crate engine in it, and we went up to Accord. It was really what we could afford to do, and it was a lot of fun through the years.
So what year was that then?
2008.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was.
So you guys look that old to me.
Yeah.
I don't know. So,
Do I look old?
no, actually,
Cool.
you look pretty good. That little
Thanks, man.
Actually,
Appreciate
Picture
that.
that.
Because we're the same age. It was a trick question.
actually won the first checkered flag I ever seen flying out of the flag stand. I wrecked 2 weeks before that, and the handicap put me on the front row. And the first race I actually finished, we were able to win. So that from there on out, we knew we were able to win races. So
Right.
it's been pretty fun.
Yeah, it's once you know that you're able to compete for a win, that changes the game quite a bit, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, for sure. So it's Mother's Day this weekend, right? And your parents obviously have been really involved in your career, just like my parents always have been. I've been really blessed that my mom and dad chased me to like 2 years ago, right? to almost every race all summer long.
Yeah,
and,
that's awesome.
Watched me, but do you? I mean, are you a nervous mom, or are you? Because my fiance Katie's Max's mom she's like the most nervous spectator.
I'm a
you could
very
ever
nervous
imagine.
mother.
You're a nervous mother.
It's exciting and very nerve-wracking all in the same breath. But I'm a woman of faith, and I just find myself praying from the green to the checkered.
Right.
So, but I have a lot of faith in Tyler. He's an awesome driver, and he makes me a little crazy when he goes on the high side like he usually does. But
Right.
I have faith in him because he's an awesome driver.
Right. It's always good to have faith.
Absolutely.
Right. Do you have like any kind of like superstitions or like rituals or anything like that, or you just go with the flow? I mean,
No, I go with the flow. I don't
do you
have any.
feed him or something, or you give him something to drink?
No,
or-
he doesn't eat. His wife usually takes care of him. My job is taking care of the driver. My husband's days of racing. That's
over.
now my daughter-in-law steps up to the plate,
That's nice.
and she takes care of him, and she's very good at it.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. So you handed him off.
Handed him off. Yeah.
That's good. So like when you keep the car at the house?
Yes, it's
So-
actually across the street from my house at my dad's shop, and he gives us, it's a 50 by 100. I get half, he gets the other half for his business. So
Right.
it's split down the middle,
There you go.
actually.
That's a good deal. It's not bad.
Yeah.
Just a little
Yeah.
place. It's fine.
Do you have like a bunch of, how old are you now?
I'm 27.
27. So do you have like a bunch of your buddies that help you out, or I mean, how do you?
Yeah,
you
it
work
started
by
out,
yourself,
we
or-
were all teenagers and growing up through school. We had a pile of friends, weren't scared to grab wrenches and hammers and fix
Right,
stuff.
whatever, right?
Everyone now is getting married and having babies, so it kind of dwindled a bit.
Yes,
And
that's what
my
happens.
brother's a big part of my program, and
I was
my
gonna
dad.
say, I see your brother all the time. He's
Right.
running all over the
Did your
place.
brother drive for a while too?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
up at Accord, and just other things in life got in the way, and he enjoyed helping me out and getting my car better. So
Right.
he actually,
Little like my brother.
yeah,
So started out driving a little bit and then decided he wanted to build cars instead of racing.
yeah.
That's awesome.
So we have fun, It's not a pile of us, but I still have a couple great friends that come to the shop 2-3 nights a week and get us ready to go.
And you have one kid or two kids?
One.
One.
I have one on the way in November, so I'll have
Congrats.
two.
Wow.
Thank you.
That's a game changer.
Absolutely.
And it's even more of a game changer when all your friends are having kids too, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, the race car's not such an important part of our life anymore.
Yeah, but you know,
You
it
figure
still
it out, you
is,
figure it out,
and it
right?
still is for us. And when I get home from work, I go to the shop and get my car ready to go for the weekend.
Yeah. What, how much time do you guys put in on that thing? I mean, do you do like you have
A lot.
designated nights, or do you guys all just kind of wander there every night? Or?
I kind of wander there every night after work. You know, if it's a really nice day and I'm in a good position to maybe take a night off, I'll go fishing with the baby and
Right.
my wife, and we ride the 4-wheeler, and I don't know, just try to keep everybody happy. But I still find myself at the shop every night doing something.
Right. Yeah. So like I've said about that many times, you never feel like you're 100% ready. You're just different degrees of unprepared.
Yeah.
You know, that's how
I was
it
like, where are you
works.
going with this?
That's how I've always said that. I've always felt like that. You know, I never felt like you never feel like you do enough. You know.
Exactly, and when
everything
when you
was
show
falling
up
into
and
place.
race against guys like Matt Shepard and Anthony Perego, and you know, I'm not doing this to finish 5th, 3rd, 2nd. You know, I'm trying to win races, so I
Right.
do as much as I can
Be
to
ready.
better them chances.
I always felt like the more that I did, the more confidence I was giving myself.
Yeah,
Because I felt like if I came into a race and I was overly prepared, then I'd be like,
Then there's no-
you didn't outwork me. I know you didn't outwork me, so
Yeah,
you can't beat me.
yeah.
You know, but
Yeah.
It doesn't always work like that. Right?
sometimes
You
it
know,
can get
did help.
frustrating. You know, you spend all that time, and if you're not seeing the results you want to see, and
When you think you've done everything you can do.
yeah, and
And the outcome's
it's,
not what
you
you
know,
want.
I've been in that position before, and sometimes you're running really good, so.
So you ran well Saturday night with the big block too. I mean, do you have a preference on? Do you care if it's small block or big block, or to you it doesn't really matter that much?
It doesn't really matter to me. I mean, the power of a big block's incredible, but I really try to put my focus into my small block program because, I don't know, I kind of believe in climbing the ladder from the bottom, and if I could win a small block championship before I dive headfirst into the
Right.
big block deal, you know, I feel like that's the right way to do it, but
right.
we still put a ton of time into both cars.
Yeah. I mean, do you think that? Have you ever had the thought that you wanted to take it any further than Orange County or Accord or in locality? I mean, have you done any traveling? Have you done much?
Back in
traveling?
our Sportsman days, you know, we would
drive
race
over, right?
3-4 nights a week. I mean, we would
Anywhere
go
you
from the
could.
valley
I
to
was
the
gonna say,
wheels to Utica Rome
You
to
were
here.
you were like Mr. Sportsman for a while.
Yeah, it was
before you like jumped into small blocks, and it was like you were automatic here, you were automatic at Accord, and every once in a while you pop like you see your name up in an entry list, you know,
Glen
somewhere
Ridge,
up north.
we
Yeah,
went there. You know, just it was what we could afford to do. You know, the cost of racing in the modified division is really
Yeah,
it's up there. So.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be doing it if it wasn't for Chris and Helmar International, you know, giving me everything I need to race at this level.
Yeah, yeah. And you still got to put the pieces together at the end of the day, right?
Exactly. I mean, what I've found is just because you go out and you have new equipment and good engines and good tires, I mean,
it's not the whole
it's
deal.
not the answer. You know, you're not going to just finish up front because you have that stuff. You know, there's a lot that goes behind the scenes to run good.
And then you still got to drive it. At the
Exactly.
end of the day, right?
Yep, and everything needs to pan out. I mean, you could have a great car and finish 6th, 8th, 10th place sometimes. So
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep.
So so when I think of Tyler Boniface, at least here, I think of, and I'd really like to know the story from your perspective. When you were in the running for I think maybe your first Sportsman championship, and you were in your family car, and you've parked next to RJ forever. You know the story
Yes.
I'm talking about?
yes.
And something happened during the night, and if you finish the story for me. So what happened during the night?
Actually, we had an old crate motor we were starting the year out with, and it lost oil pressure or something in hot laps. And RJ was nice enough he said, climb into my car and finish the night out.
Yeah.
And he actually wrecked it in the heat race, and I didn't finish the heat race because of an issue, and they're putting radius rods and shocks and the whole thing back together, and I climbed in it just to make sure I fit. And
Now this was like your whole team, right? Whether it
Yeah.
was your family or anybody else that you brought, it was RJ's whole team, and then I remember it was like, I think Bob McGann was over there, and because he parked over there, and it seemed like everybody was like, well, we got to get this Boniface kid.
Yeah, and then, we were in his car the remainder of the night. They said we weren't a guaranteed starter for some odd reason. We were leading the points, so started 14th in the Consi, and they were taking 5 and almost won it, actually.
I was gonna say, it's like you came from the back. Like, I do remember that.
And we almost we would have won that feature that night, but they cut the lap short on time or something because everybody was crashing. But that thing was an absolute rocket ship from as soon as we climbed into it.
Yeah.
And that following week, RJ came to me and said, "Are you willing to race for the championship in this car?" And we couldn't say no to that. He had great stuff, great facility to work out of, and Bob Henschel is super smart with the cars, and just everything kind of worked.
Fell through.
That's how it works, man.
Yeah.
You get your opportunities.
I was gonna say, and
Absolutely.
you ended up winning the
You have to
championship.
capitalize.
We won 5 races, Eastern States. I think there was 110 cars here registered. It was pretty good year.
So, like,
You're so humble.
do you
dude.
have
Like-
do you have a race in your mind that you think was like it may not have even been a race that you won, but like was the coolest night of racing you ever had, regardless of the outcome? Like, do you have one race? And it's probably a win. It would be for most of us, right?
It definitely, was. It was a new TO we bought from you guys, and I started 15th that night and drove past the best in the business on the outside and won that night. I think I might have went by you, if I'm not mistaken.
No way.
It doesn't
I love
happen.
how every guest that comes on here was like, I don't want to be this guy, but
Doesn't happen very
I
often.
passed
So
it.
it was one to remember. That's for sure.
Were you hustling on the high side?
I was.
That's where you
I ventured out there, and it just felt to be a ton of grip that nobody else was in, and
Right. You found something.
they were kind of just
Right.
sitting there when I was coming off the corner.
Right. Isn't that the awesome feeling?
Doesn't really happen very often.
Right. That's
So.
an awesome feeling when you get those kind of runs, right?
Yeah, I mean, I was off the gas coming off the corner to keep from
Running
knocking
other
their
people.
teeth out,
Right.
know.
Yep.
But
Exactly what you're saying.
it was definitely one to remember. I mean, I have a bunch that I remember. I think I remember every race really.
I was gonna say, are you one of those guys that can you pulling from whatever race it is, heat race, feature, hot laps, and you can like pinpoint like lap 3 I was
I'm
doing
not
this. Were
honestly.
you one
I'm
of
not
those
that
guys?
good at it because
Yeah.
it's kind of a blur for me. I don't know exactly when. I mean, this past week I smacked the wall in 1 and 2. I don't know whether it was lap 8 or 10, but I
Yeah,
was
but you
somewhere
knew it was
that
like
time.
in the beginning of the race. Yeah.
You just.
Yeah.
So you feeling like you have something for Borrego this week?
Yeah.
He looks pretty good in that small block.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I think I hit on something that seems to be working with both cars. Got a ton of grip my cars, and they turn really good. So I think if I just get in handicapped and get in the mix, put a couple cars between us, and if I could beat him to the front, that would be great. I probably can hold him off, but he's a professional, so we'll see what happens.
Right. What do you think, Mom? Think you can do it? Of course you can.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That was easy.
It doesn't happen often.
Tyler's just a
but
great runner. I'm very proud of him, and he just is a good, clean race car driver.
Right, respectful.
And when he is very respectful, and he works his way to the front. He's very smart with it. It's like smarter, not harder.
Right.
He had that on his car for many years, and
Right.
on my
he's
dash, put it inside the
He's
cockpit.
just very good at it. He's good at what he does.
know when to
So
go
we're
and
proud
know
of
when
him.
to slow, right?
That's right. That's right.
Sometimes
That's
I
key.
hurt myself from not slowing.
You
and
talk
trying
about
to-
hurting yourself. I have heard that you hit the wall pretty hard Saturday night.
Yeah,
How'd that happen?
I actually was running second to Max, and I felt I was just as good as him, if not maybe a little better, because off turn 4 I could really grab the moisture on the bottom.
The first 5 laps of the race, it looked like you really had something for him.
Yeah, I felt really good, and then I just missed my mark a couple of laps, and he gapped me a little bit, not much, and I knew who was coming behind us, so I didn't really want to get married to the bottom, so I started searching a little bit, and felt good out there, I had a tremendous amount of grip, and I just got tight that one lap in 1 and 2, and I tried to gas it up and get out of it, and the next thing I know, I smacked the back bumper, and it sucked the right front in the wall.
Damage.
Pushed the frame over in the front, moved my front end over
Wow.
an inch and a half.
Wow.
So
That's pretty good
I
slap.
was gonna say, it was like
That's
that wasn't just like
That's why they
Rush
said
the wall.
they heard it in the infield when you hit the wall.
It
And
actually.
they were surprised they were able to drive away.
Yep, and
Isn't it?
it hindered the performance of the car the remainder of the race. You
So
know.
that makes me think of something when he's talking about that, right? So a lot of people that watch from the grandstands don't realize
Yeah,
how
don't realize.
cerebral, how mental this game can be, right? Or
Yeah.
how mental it really is, you know? Because you as a good race car driver, you're not satisfied to stay on one groove and not be able to catch a guy in front of you. So if you know that you're losing a little bit of ground, the first thing you're going to do is search. All the good drivers search. The best drivers search. And hopefully you can take that car that's just this good and you're going to make it just a little bit better. Maybe you're not. Maybe you're going to lose a little bit of ground, like you said. And this time it may have cost you a
It
second
did.
place
You
finish.
know, honestly, I
But
feel like I
you
should
have
have.
to. You
been-
still have to do it, though, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't come here to finish second, like I said, so I just tried to find something better than he had, and honestly, I felt pretty good, and just I missed it that one lap, and that's all it took, and
Right.
got really free from there on out.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Very cool. Well, Patrick, you have anything else for us?
I do have the winners of our trivia
And
question.
how many winners do we have?
We have two winners.
Two winners.
Two winners.
And they get 2 tickets each?
Two
Or
tickets
they,
each.
Or they have to go together. Okay. No, 2 tickets
It's
each.
just like we're setting up blind dates on the show.
It's the love connection.
Our first winner, or should we announce the correct answer of the?
Well, yeah, I think that would be appropriate.
Yeah. So
The winner, I mean, the winner of the question, the
the correct answer
correct
of the
answer,
question, I gotcha, was. Go ahead,
I'll leave it
please.
with Craig Mitchell.
Yeah, Craig Mitchell. Craig Mitchell.
Not exactly a long shot, but maybe
No.
somebody you wouldn't think
First think of, yeah,
Right.
but like
Most people
super,
guess Tommy Meyer.
Yeah, super consistent though. Like when you start thinking about the question and who it was, like it's consistent.
10 of 10.
Yeah, 10 of 10. Yeah. So our winners are Sabrina and Rich Colsanti, Colesanti.
Sure.
Santi.
Yeah,
And Vitaly Motorsports. Is that correct?
That's correct.
All right. I just want to make sure that I'm reading that correctly.
Jeff
Yeah.
Sample.
So Vitaly Motorsports and Sabrina and Rich Colsanti.
And what did they win?
They won 2 tickets each to Blackberry Smoke.
And the date,
And that is
June 27th.
June 27th. Thanks,
It's a
Brett.
Sunday.
That's a Sunday.
I memorized that.
And what
I
are we
was gonna
giving
say, I
away?
was like, I know that you memorized that one. You're no way you're just picking that one up on the top. We will give Toby Keith tickets away on our latest episode.
Next episode.
Excuse me, on our later episode, and at the races. So please,
Yes.
come on out.
And what do you guys say? You had something to say.
I was gonna say
Yeah, I
I do
apologize.
want to ask the fans watching what they prefer. 25-second laps like we seen back in August 2019, or 110 mile an hour 20-second laps that we've seen in the last couple weeks.
If you do your homework, the feature lap times have been in the 22s, mostly in the mid 22s, and that's the same speed we were going in 92.
I was I didn't look back that far, Brad.
I'm just saying.
I was looking at Centennial Weekend. It was 90 mile an hour laps. Matt Shepard won an 80 lap race with a 24.0 that night, and there was limited dust.
The modifieds were about 23 flat Saturday night at the end.
All right.
So it's not that much difference. Hang on there. We'll be all right.
Well,
But
just
in the
comment
beginning,
what you prefer.
The early part of the nights, they are going pretty
Yeah, no,
quick.
early-
They're
it's
some
110, 110 miles an
nights,
hour,
yeah.
wide open.
They
Yeah.
were in the 20s.
Yeah.
Which
That's
is,
just how
is
much-
not a track record, but it's
No,
pretty
but
fast.
that's how much the track is changing in the night. You know what I mean? Like
It's-
you
it's
better
at-
be.
at least 2 seconds.
Yeah. You better be ready with the wedge wrench or
Yep.
or a spring or something.
Yep. But
Sounds
so I'd say let's come out Saturday night and see
Yeah.
if this dude's got something for Anthony Borrego. I think that's going to be the duel.
That's it.
That's my guess. Let's check it
I'll
out.
be fighting for
Hopefully.
third. No, I'm just kidding.
And thanks for coming on, Debbie.
Yeah, thank
Appreciate
you.
it.
Happy Mother's
I
Day.
have
Happy
one
Mother's
thing
Day.
to say. I just wanted to say some people wait a lifetime to meet their favorite driver, and I'm just so blessed that mine calls me mom.
Oh,
That
there you go.
is
Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day.
Yeah, happy Mother's Day.
Awesome.
Thank you for
We will
having
be.
me.
We're so glad to have you.
Thank you.
And we will be back in 2 weeks. And thanks for coming out.
Thank you.
Nice.
Thank you.
Thanks.
See y'all at the car show.
Yes, car show on Friday.